Hello, and welcome to one of my project's worlds. I named this world Castle, which you can somewhat see by the theme of the name that it is medieval-like, with exception of a few things. There's a whole lore written behind this world, which, if you guys would like to see, I'll be more than willing to make, though it'll be in a video essay format. Probably very boring. Now here is the Jahar Jakar Ranger Outpost, or one of them. This was the first structure completed. As you can probably tell due to it being based off an actual building, a pillager's outpost. This area is meant to be like a rest stop for visitors, with a 15-man garrison. It is well lit, well supplied, and its objective is to watch the broken temple right there. So let me get a spyglass. There's a monument over there. Purpose is so far unknown. There's a path that leads over to the army base, where a series of beacons lie. For mass communications, there's also a state and pillars of exploration. Once I advance far enough in my survival worlds, I'll often build these concrete pillars to mark where I've been, and I use it to find my way back to my spawn areas. This is evident here. Coming down, there's 3 ways in. One by the river, one by the trail, another one going the opposite direction. As a ranger outpost, this is guarded by elite soldiers, but there's also a place for people to stay. There are rooms here for travelers to hunker down, sleep, and know that they're in safety. There are also tents set up. And another barracks area, as well as a top to oversee. Very limited battlements, as this is not meant to be a main base, but rather a banditry outpost used to project power across this location. Come out this path, it will lead directly across from the monument, with some dug up dirt to keep the lava in. Along here, past this bridge, which is well maintained, to this monument. Artifact, whatever you wish to call it. Unknown object. There are many signs that allow for expeditions to know what this is. Ah yes, a sign here. Proceed with caution. And then you follow along here, which is a not very well maintained path. It leads through the mountains, or between the two mountains. Get rid of that. To the army outpost. The army outpost and the ranger outpost I built in just about the same time. I spent very amounts of degree building details, figuring out how to construct everything, and make sure everything fits. So here you see less permanent battlements. Got battlements of dirt, towers, a bridge that leads off to a estate. And you see a nice field. Here's a constructed path to enter. There is a trench. There are many ways to get up to the towers. There are tents. There's a bakery. And you come up here. Is a field that provides nourishment for the troops. Here's a tower here we shall climb. Well, you can see another entrance. Here's a visitor center post. Access for military personnel and more battlements. Again, these are not very permanent battlements. They're meant for simple defense. Here's a barracks area. A limited canteen, an air vent. Barracks. For everyone. Another air vent. And more barracks. This is meant as a similar to the Ranger Outpost as an anti-banditry location. Come through this tunnel here. See this one, the air vents. Out back to here. Where if we enter here, or the smoke from the smokers elevate, and they leave from up there. Another set of battlements here. Kind of like an inner defense. Here is the troops staple, or temporary staple. Here's a more well-covered one. More locations here. Again, very temporary battlements. See a trench built up here. Towers, more battlements. A structure here, which can be used to house civilians, travelers. Extra living arrangements. Another staples area, and there's a defensive position up there. It provides excellent overwatch. There's the sign. You may find these scattered around. I leave signs saying what it's meant to be when I first found them. Here you see a bit more advanced version of the battlements. Again, with the customary trenches. Different ways in. And I want to get up on this bulwark. Come out here. Get above. There's a beacon here. Another tower. A better view of an estate. And a less advanced version of battlements. Then here is a hotel area with rooms of varying sizes. Come to here as rooms slowly get bigger and bigger. Here there's privacy. Very limited, but there is some. Here's a spacious two-foot. Here is a massive room for many people. Into very private areas. And the one-roomers. Then here more one-roomers. A nice spacious room there. A place for a guard to sit and watch, as this is all done by the army. Another massive room here. A two-foot in here. And we'll see these rooms. And this is the visitor stop hotel. And here's another army area. With a jukebox. Ah, loot. More loot. Pick step. Shall leave that to be. Here's another barracks. A CO bunker. XO bunk. Canteen area. More barracks. Then we shall venture. Through the birch forest. Through a very small valley. Into a cave. Some supports which can be used for shelter in the case of a storm. Now into the swamps. Very well maintained route. Again, pillars of exploration. So it leads to why the troops are here. Bandits. But if we go slightly off the beaten path, come here, give me a lead. You find this light, the banner of the bandits. It's with a somewhat functional mine shaft. Variety of rooms for variety of purposes. Sleeping bags. Some more sleeping bags. Here's some equipment. Here's a hollowed out rear. And here's where a speech or rally can be held. The reason the bandits are here is because this is a great city that the path leads to. So we shall travel once more. Back on the path over the hill. You see in the distance smoke that leads into the dock, a trail that leads past into a wrecked convoy into the other side of the creek. That's not why the bandits are here, not because this is important crossroads. What's beyond this and the second bridge? Come through here. There's minor steps here. across this great bridge across essentially a lake. Keep riding, and you can see the path has been propped up by wooden supports. Into a city. Now you could come through here into a work in progress tent town, tent city. Think early cities, Native American civilization. A bunch of tents set up. These great walls, a checkpoint in. I'd pass into a village that's still being built. There's another gate in. Ride through here, set you off here. The paths are still being worked on, but this leads into the workshop where ores from the mines will be melted down and shaped into equipment here. Here's where some of the ores are dropped. The water supply is here, which is dangerously low for a city of this size if it's meant to withstand siege. And here, into the mines. Where it connects to a mine shaft where loot and goods are being extracted every day to feed the great machine that is the town. And there's another way in from here, but it goes steeper. And when they come from the Dark Oak Forest, they must travel through this gate, which contains some of the only permanent battleworks. Here is a crane to lift up the water supply. A cot ready to go. Another tent. A small armory for the townsfolk in case they need it at this location. A great many things. But this is all intended to be the works and tent city area. You got this here, which is more battlements. A little bit on the outer side. And here you have bandits who stake their claim. And the village set up a monument for them. That's all, there's only just one. Here is another abandoned portal with no ranger outpost. Here leads here. Many ways to get up to the barracks area of the town guard. Another battlements. A nice massive location for a rally. More permanent battleworks. Another gate in to this outer area, which is supposed to be more part of the city. There's gonna be walls erected here. There you can see the ocean. Slowly I'm gonna have to work out, burn down the forest and expand. As per usual, regular vanilla generation is a bit awkward to say the least. There we go, he's freed. Ah, another horse. I've used many horses. But if you follow these along, you lead to many different locations. For example, here's the start of another residence area for like an estate. Speaking of which, we did not cover the previous estate. I do not have elytra. I can spell, don't worry. Venture here to this estate. Whereas it's between the ranger outpost and the army. Here's a nice, great farm. There's a staples area here. Wheat in as customary from this abandoned problem. Bells to alert everyone. Here's another field with fences erected. You come to here, you see all of this. An area for horses or livestock if needed. And then you see kind of a dock area, one for fishing, one for loading, another storage bay. Here's a house I have yet to furnish. But I can go down here, there's more storage. There's an upstairs. Cleverly hidden barrel, more storage, armor for adults. Here's like a kid's room, adults room, nice balcony. As it was customary, at least here's the servants' quarter and equipment for senior servants to defend the land. Herd animals and another storage room. This one has a lot of goods in it for where to purge the population. That's it with this province here. There's many more. There's a whole more districts over yonder. Another portal that I have missed. It is a world very much in progress, and when finished, it shall be an amazing sight to behold. I look forward to finishing this, and I hope you look forward to seeing the finished product of it all. Now, for the people that might be watching this off YouTube, I did not plan out this too well. All I did was simply moved away from here. And it starts raining. Well, it is simplest to move away from here, so I can start it in a chronological order. Thanks for watching.